So here we go with G&G183, Season 1, Episode 3.
And this episode is about General Ginder.
Ginder.
Oh,
That's
Ginder.
okay.
Oh,
That's okay.
Ginder.
Yeah, and so last time we talked about how we met at the water fountain and all that, and then we dated for 3 years, and when we decided to get married, by then Don had been drafted into the Army, and he was going to be sent overseas to Germany. So we had to have a date for our wedding, and I kept asking him to get a date, and he said he couldn't. They'd keep telling him they didn't know the date. So I was living at the Alpha Chi Omega house, and I asked Don to find out who was in charge of Fort Riley, where he was stationed. And he told me it was General Ginder. So I took my Alpha Chi Omega stationery and wrote a nice letter in pen. And I asked General Ginder, I said, my fiance and I are planning to get married, and I am graduating in June, and we would like to know a date so that we can plan a wedding before he goes to Germany. And so I sent the letter, and then here's what happened. Don was in Fort Riley. Now you tell.
Well, it's kind of unbelievable, but we were having an exercise on how to drive deuce and a halves. They're a big Army truck, and there were 30 of us or 25 of us that had to drive these trucks, but they only had 2 trucks. So we had to wait in a long line. And so now when you get 25 guys that are horsing around and they have to wait a long time, we started playing grab ass. Now grab ass is you grab somebody's hat, grab their shirt, throw them away, throw them aside, boots, or jerked away from people and thrown them to the side. And so it was just chaos. And the first thing when I came out of the chaos is, we want to talk to Donald Cleveland. And here, my shirt is gone, my shoes are gone, my hat is gone. I was a mess. So you got a report. So I go up here dressed as I am. Sir, Donald Cleveland reporting. And of course I was a ground pounder, so I was the last to hear anything. And then the captain, the person that, I think he was probably, the captain was good. General Ginder had sent the captain to deliver this message that he received a letter from Jan Cleveland, and they want that you want to get married and you need a date when that will work. And of course, as a ground pounder, you were the last to hear anything. So I heard it. And then the guy delivered the message and gave us the June date, June, of the month of June. And so as I hear this captain and his driver driving away, I hear him saying, now tell me, why would any woman try to find a date to marry this ground pounder who obviously doesn't have any idea what he's doing?
I think he was kidding.
Anyway.
I think he's kidding.
So anyway,
But then
we got.
what happened was then General Ginder sent me the nicest letter, and said, I sent the day, I have reserved these dates for you, and I wish you a very happy, long and happy marriage. Wasn't that nice?
And do you still have
And
the
I
letter?
had the letter, but, you know, then we went overseas, I can't find the letter, I hope someday I'll find it.
Well,
But it was just such a nice memory.
she kept the letter for a long time, and then after several years of marriage, she threw the letter away. But anyway.
Did you turn it off?
Now are we
I
done?
never saw the letter
Turn
again.
it off.
But anyway, it worked out very well, and I'm sure that if Mother had been in her olden days, she would have thanked General Ginder for the nice letter, but then I think she changed her mind.
It was a very pretty wedding too.
Yeah.
Where was it?
In Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah.
pretty.